Hi. I think I'm live like 2 minutes before schedule because this time it's working very weirdly. I just want to confirm that I am live and then people can hear me. So, hi. Hopefully it's working because I can't tell. If somebody's watching, please just type I can see you and then oh, good. Okay, yeah. So there's a 10 seconds kind of delay, probably. Hello. So many familiar faces and names. Wow, hi. Hello. I hope it's not like somebody's midnight, like 3-4 a.m. That would be really awkward. Hello. I am well, thank you. Yeah, look at that Korean word and I do not dare attempt pronouncing it. Although I think I know how to pronounce it. Oh, 8. Okay, that's not bad. 8 p.m., 1 p.m. Yeah, in the UK. Yeah, in the UK it would be, in West Europe it would be, yeah, it's not too bad. Hello. Wow, so many of you. Hi. 4 a.m. Oh my god. So that's like what? Where would that be? Exactly about 12 hours? Somewhere in Asia? Hello from Montreal. I think a lot of names I recognize. You people, do you like use actual names online? Your real names? Because I think I've sent packages to definitely a couple of people. So today is just like drama chat before the end of the year and also holiday season. Nothing special like prepared for this, but we can just chat about drama or not about drama really, anything for the holiday. Talking about Christmas. Christmas is like any other sort of major holidays, right? Of any other culture that's like, before it happens, everybody is like super anticipating it and blah, 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 and when it actually happens, it goes by so fast. And at the end of that, you get a couple pounds of fat on you as an extra gift. Apart from that, nothing really changes. Well, at least that's what happens with Chinese New Year. After 7 days off for most people, yeah, it is only the scale that has increased. Not even your bank account. I mean, it depends. Whether you're the person who gives out money or the person who receives it, so. Yeah, in China we have like old saying is 每逢佳节倍思亲. Whenever there's a festival, you think about your families, you miss them, like that emotion doubles. But then there's a joke version about that, which is called 每逢佳节胖3斤. Yeah, it actually rhymes with that, which is every time you come to a festival, you put on 3 pounds of fat. I think that's much more accurate, actually. Especially like if you're here, right? Like on this half of planet Earth. If you're in Australia and New Zealand, it's like better season for exercise or whatever. Where I am like, I don't want to go out. I had to go out this morning to ship stuff out and oh, it was cold. Why can't you get goodies for Chinese holidays? Oh, you mean like they don't sell them? So true. I am Pan. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, for women, especially like in Asian countries. I don't know, like in other places, probably like in certain very traditional places. Even in China these days, yeah, the housewife, the mother has to cook for everyone. It's so much cooking. Wow, it's so much work. And certain places they wouldn't even allow women to actually to eat on the big proper table, but it would have to be sectioned away in the kitchen or something. Like, I didn't grow up in that type of environment, but I do know parts of China and they still do it. It's pretty it's pretty just like not acceptable in 21st century, but it happens. Mooncake is so sweet and fattening. Oh, try like a quarter of a normal sizes, I think is enough. Anti-fraud league, those cases are not so well written that it's like it makes you go wow. Also, there's a lot of convenient way of dealing with troubles and then solving their problems. Like, I mean, honestly, who can hack things within 1 second, right? To anything. It just doesn't make sense. Like the lady who can hack any computer, any system. It's a bit too convenient and doesn't make sense. Like, you know, if you watch the last episode, you'll know what I mean, which is like, how can you actually deduct where a person is just by one photograph that they've taken by CCTV camera in the mall? Like, how do you get from there to that they are in the shipyard? You know, like, it doesn't work logically, but it's drama. And eventually I became like, I don't care. I just want to look at the CP. Because there are very few good male CPs in China, so gotta do with what you have. Oh, so cool. In Russia, you celebrate Christmas on 7th of January. You know, that's really cool. This year, Chinese New Year is January the 25th. That will be Chinese New Year's Day. So it's pretty early. It's pretty early this year. You're in summer, like you're on a Russian winter. Wow. And then go out, just run in laps. Yeah, we agree, The Untamed. It's very good. Do you know, like, if you go on Twitter and search the word Chinese gay, you'll come across a lot of Untamed posts. It's so funny. And in all kinds of ways used, yeah, Chinese gays. Yeah, it's the first one, I think, because I did a lot in October testing stuff and see how it works, and then November was too busy for me, had no time. No, I'm not going back to China for the new year. Too much hustle. Winter back to my hometown is a nightmare. If you ever go there and visit, because it's like on the south of Changjiang, so there's no system for heating in the city. If you wanna have heating, you have to install that in your own place. We don't have that back there, and it's really cold. It's like it's under 10 degrees. It's always below that inside the apartment. And it's very, very wet. It's like 80% humidity, and it's like magic, right? We call like the northern places cold is physical attack, but it's dry. So as long as it's like wind is not blowing, it's not actually that bad. If you're in the south of China, like plus like 80% humidity, we call that magic attack. Like it just goes straight to your bones. It's a different type of cold. It's worse, basically. So I do not want to go back to my hometown in winter. Really, really bad. Really? I look like your sister? You have sisters? How nice. I don't have sisters. I don't have siblings. Typical Chinese kid born in that particular period of time. Royal Nirvana. I occasionally go back to check it. I know it started to, like, I think it has started to sweeten up a bit, but honestly, like the 30s episodes, like what the heck is going on? Pillowbook? I have no idea. I still haven't heard any news. I don't know when it's gonna come. Like recently, just too many period dramas are like crammed in. I've already been spoiled by the last episode of Joy of Life, because now it's all over the internet. Like literally, you can search it, just type in Joy of Life, or like in Chinese, and then type full episodes, which in Chinese too. Like I just need to do that, and the first thing that comes out is a website that allows me to watch the whole thing free. I'm like, oh my god. Untamed special episodes. I don't think it will be special episodes. I think it would just be a re-edit. Like they cut out other people's story, just keep these two people's story. I don't think they can even get any new material, because that company is like, I don't see how that's possible. Yeah, Lingjian Mountain is like, just let go of your judgment and you can enjoy it a lot. Advancing age. I think it might also, yes, you're right, might be with age. Like there's an age thing about, like the older you get, the lesser sort of you are like interested in just absolutely heart-wrenching stuff. Because pretty much I think it's because you've been beaten up by life already enough, so you're like, I don't need any more of that. Fairyland Lovers, yeah, that might come out during Chinese New Year or sometime in January. I'm not sure. We'll see, because this type of drama, I'm just really cautiously optimistic. Yeah, Dreaming Back. Dreaming Back is so ridiculous though. Can we be honest? Like, what the heck? This is 2019. Who wrote the freaking script? Oh, it's Tao Lu. Its trope is so old. Oh. Ugh. Like the early 2000s, yeah, maybe that would work. Now, it's like, Song Honglei. Yeah, oh, okay, I need to check that one out. Because like when I see English name of a drama, I don't usually like 100% know what they are in Chinese. Untamed franchise. I think they've earned enough. Like, I mean, concerts, like the album, the extra 30 RMB for the last 6 episodes. I mean, how many things can you do, right? Like, they've already earned more than they could even like ever dreamed of. I think it's enough. And it actually made it cause the problem is like they have like very wrong like perception that they think they can continue doing that. So they did it with Joy of Life, and it just destroyed the drama. Personally, I just feel so sorry for the production, for everybody who worked down there, for the scriptwriter, for the main actors. Like, they did nothing wrong. Right now is like the discussion, right? The rate of discussion and the interest in the drama just is like dead now, because everybody has basically seen the pirated. Most people I know actually have already seen it, or at least being spoiled by people who talk about it on social media, so we all know what happens. And it's like, at least I think it could have lasted till early January in terms of how this drama gets like attention. Now it's like death, premature. Yeah, Prince of Tennis, I know that one. Haven't heard about that one either. Spotify. It could just be because Spotify has very few Chinese songs, as I understand it. Maybe there's some type of license, copyright, or whatever that Spotify's deal with Chinese musicians is like. I'm not quite sure. I often just don't find music on that I can find it on other apps, in Chinese apps, music apps. So if I am allowed to produce my dream drama, oh, that would totally who I want to cast. That would totally depend on what kind of script it is, because nobody can play everything. There will always be like, you know, somebody is the best for that particular role. Yeah, The Long Night is much more hyped, I think. Like, at least, right? I'm anticipating the Fairyland Lovers is just like drama. Dear Doctor, I am worried. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Just because medical drama in China is like a landfill, like landmine field. Okay, it's just always bad. I hardly ever seen a good one coming out of China with that theme. So honestly, just don't have any hope for that. Long Night probably would be the only good one. At least it will be like a proper drama and it will be short. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to people who are watching it in the morning. 3,000 crowds. Yeah. I've heard about it. Don't know much about it. Its poster looks extremely like Love and Destiny. Yeah, I know like there are Chinese music, but like often the ones I want to find, I can't find them. I used to have Spotify subscription and I canceled it just because like 9 times out of 10, the ones that I want to find, I can't. Maybe I just have a very weird music taste. 小欢喜, I just like, I want to watch it. I watched parts of it. I just don't have time. I should do it, like, I should actually have an Excel form and just log in every time I watch an episode or a drama and see at the end of the year how many episodes I've watched. I think that number will scare me, for sure. It's insane, so many dramas this year. Yeah, Together is a lot of fun, I agree, but then it's just like, you know, for the fun of it. I probably will forget about it, like, in a couple of months. Do you mean Zhang Ruoyun, right? You right. Zhang Ruoyan. Yeah, Zhang Ruoyun. Yeah, he's a very good actor, and his lines are very clear and well spoken. Oh, really? There is a horrible English dub version? You should send me the link in my email. I probably would not like even be able to watch like past 5 minutes. Donggong, another one that I didn't have time to watch it, but then I've been spoiled throughout, like the whole thing, what happened, what then happened, and then what then happened, and then what's the ending. Like I kind of know the whole thing, just didn't watch it. Personally, I'm just like super not into the type specific plot this drama has. I don't think I like, even if I like, I do like the actress, but even if I do like other things, I don't think I can continue watching that story just because I, for some reason, just totally don't like that particular, what we call torture love relationship story. 1.25, yeah. You know, like these days in China, actually everybody watches like 1.25 or 1.5 speed. it just shows you like how watered down stuff actually are. Almost everything. It's like when you watch dramas with like 1.5, right? It doesn't actually impede your understanding at all. Ghost Bunny. Yeah, it's a really good drama, Fukubuku, so I'm glad you like it. It's so like not promoted. Like if you look at like on Youku, how many people comment and then how many live comments are there, and like it's like it didn't exist. It's so sad. Yeah, I've heard Zhu Yilong's wax figure's heart stopped beating because I probably like the battery died. I mean, the funny thing is people actually realize that, you know? It means like 24/7, like as long as that place is open, there are always people checking it, and then, you know, they can catch it. Do you know, like there's actually a person who sent out Weibo, she brought a soft, like the like tailor's tape to measure the wax figure's measurement. Like the head, the circumference, the chest, the waist, and she took photo. It's so funny. It's like, I will never be able to measure the real person, so I'm gonna measure the closest thing. I think the number is like his chest is like 100 centimeters, at least like with the jacket on, and also with the full clothing on, waist is like 80. But it's the wax figure and it's with all the clothes, and people are just so crazy. Zhu Yilong has one of the most crazy fandoms in China, without question. Did somebody talk about some kind of thing that I didn't? Okay. Joy of Life is not dubbed. Joy of Life is dubbed by the actors themselves. So they did probably do parts of ADR. But like, I think... Is there anybody that I can remember who had a dub? No, I think they all used their own voice. All of them. Unless there's one person who is like really can't speak Mandarin. I think there are one or two within the cast who are like from Canton, you know, like who can't speak perfect Mandarin. They are dubbed. Everybody else, like the main characters, they're all just like their own voice. Oh, and then Xiao Zhan is dubbed. I don't know why. Maybe he could have used his own voice. It could be 100 different reasons. Maybe like the character is like really aloof and cold, and they think his natural voice is not like that, so they used a much colder, sort of older voice. Oh wow, I didn't continue watching Sword Dynasty, so I have no idea what happened later. You know, I was just working on my end of year mix cut of Chinese dramas. This year is crazier than last time. Like my raw material that I had to use to cut this thing is over probably 200 gig on my hard drive. Oh my god. And I think it includes at least 20 different dramas. So basically I'm trying to condense over 20 Chinese dramas down to 2.5 minutes edit. Somebody needs to pay me. This is too ridiculous. I mean, in reality, right? Like, if I get paid to make this video, I'm gonna charge people so much money for it. It's insane. My brain is like, I've edited like this thing for the past entire week. I think starting from last Tuesday, I've been keeping editing that every day until now. Still haven't finished it. And then I'm not gonna get any money from it because I use a piece of music, the background music, which is not mine. So the moment I upload it to YouTube, it's gonna have a copyright claim, which means all the money from watching the video goes to the music owner. Yay! But I can't find a better tune, so a week's free work for my passion. Yeah, that's not Xiaozhan. So if you're wondering about Xiaozhan in Joy of Life, it's not him. It's not his real voice. It's actually cheaper to have a professional person to dub than to have the actual actor dub himself or herself. Because professional people are well trained. They can probably dub an entire drama within a couple of days. Whereas the actual actor may take over a week. So every second you spend in the recording studio is renting money, you know? And because professional voice actors have been doing that every day for years, right? They can, like, there are actors who literally don't have to look at the screen. They can dub into the mouth to fit their mouth because they know that actor's particular way of speaking so well. They know when they pause, when they slow down, when they pick up. They don't even have to look at the screen, and they can fit their voice into that. It's like that crazy in China. 100% completed The Untamed, Love and Destiny. I mean, most of the short ones, like the 20 or so episodes ones, definitely. I mean, all the ones that I've done a final or full review or recommendation, I definitely have watched through the whole thing. I think I did sing once in one of those videos I made. No, I can't remove the tune. It's an edit. It's a mixed cut. Everything is in the music. It needs to, like, every cut is like with the rhythm of the music. It wouldn't make sense. Like, if you watch it without music, it would not make sense to you why it's cut that way. Yeah, there are so many BL that actually have already been produced or on the list to be produced. If only like 5% of that making it big, I think 10% of that is a good thing. Most of them will not be successful. It's just like the original material are not like everything is like super well written to begin with. And then a lot of adaptation writers don't quite get it, you know, like what actually works with these things and what people are expecting and how to walk around red tapes and stuff. So eventually, you know, like it comes out and probably only a very small number out of everything would actually be good. Hi, Silent Lurker. Like, I can't pronounce your, like, what is that name? I think you have that name intentionally to make sure people can pronounce it. The most beautiful performance is just... Oh, hi. Okay, something happened, I think. Xinlang's doing for last year and also this year. They invite like the hottest people this year, actors, actresses, and then they produce each of them, like each paired up director and the main actor, create a short film, very short, like under 5 minutes. It could be anything that they want to make and they put it out. It's like a celebration, right, for the end of the year, and also just to give you that extra bit of content to have for like the actors you like. I think Xiaozhan has come out, Ma Sichun's has come out too. Yeah, they're all very different style because every director is super different. So just for the fun of it, I think. Xiaozhan, I've seen that one. I think it's okay. I think he's trying very hard to pretend he's like a local Beijinger or something. Although that location definitely doesn't look like Beijing, but like his accent in that short clip is very trying to be Beijing-ren. That kind of, that very strong right, in Mandarin and that tone. But every places he could make a mistake. because of he's from my hometown as well. So I know, like from Chongqing, the most likely mistake for Chongqing growing up native people to speak Mandarin, the type of mistake that you can make. And every character that he can make that mistake, he's made that mistake. So when I was listening to it, I was like, you tried very hard, but 普通话一级, at least he said he is, which is like a level of Mandarin test. I'm like, I'm really doubting that. Or like, it's too long ago. You need to brush it up. Yeah, I know, because if I have my Streamlab on, I would be able to see that, but my Streamlab just doesn't show me chat history for some weird reason, so I'm looking at two screens at the same time. It's very weird. Check if it's working right now. Okay, it looks like it's working. Good. Xiaozhan, because he's not trained as an actor, so his line delivery really has problems. It's not just about Mandarin being perfect. The clarity, the like when to emphasize things, and like if you've been training like at Central Academy, you would have a much better sense of how to do the lines properly. He needs training in that. He's not bad, you know, he's actually better than a lot of people, but if you want to compare to professional actors and actresses, he still needs a lot of work. I am watching 大明风华, the Ming Dynasty. Hi, from Australia, Mrs. D. Glad that you can learn stuff from me. Is there a Yanxi Palace Princess Adventure? Really? I have no idea what that is. Can someone tell me? Yeah, Wang Sen is really good, right? 演员请就位. I like him a lot. I think the last feel like the for the last group, right? The couple of people in the final, they're all kind of like they have their own strength. I really like Yan Yalun actually. I never realized he can actually be an actor. And previously, I'd never realized he's good looking. That's weird. Like his look just never got me. I was like, okay, like I don't remember his face. This time, 演员请就位, I finally remembered his face. Now I recognize he's really good looking for some weird reason. Okay, that's weird. Is that Yu Zheng? Is that Yu Zheng's drama again? What's the Chinese name? It's just like Yu Zheng's dramas are always. Did you guys continue watching the 演技派, the acting program on Youku that he's hosting? He wrote like scripts for the actors to act in that program, and it's so him. It's just stuff that keeps happening, doesn't build up to anything, doesn't actually make logical sense. And everything is so. It's very hard to describe what his writing is like, but it's like he just creates that world in his own head, and it doesn't refer to reality at all. Like if you're putting it into a particular historical period, for example, for that Qing Dynasty court, there are things that will never happen the way that he writes it, and almost everything he writes in his script will never have had happened due to this rule, that rule, this reason, that reason. So it just gets silly, you know. It's like everybody's like being super serious playing dress up, but it's just like a really bad script dress up, so I don't know. It's very hard to watch his period dramas and to be actually entertained. Yeah, I need to watch Ma Sichuan's one as well. I think she plays somebody who has depression and she has no line in that performance. Oh, 6 episodes long. Okay, so it's like a special thing. 星之玉叶. Is that like original cast or something? Wang Sen's comic timing is so good. And it's very rare, like among Chinese actors, to do that. Why not? If there is a role, Anita H, like if someone who's not Chinese or Asian. There are plenty of people who's not Chinese or Asian in Chinese dramas. It depends on what type of role it offers, right? Like the Australian guy who was in Anti-Fraud League, if you watch the last couple of episodes, he's a really good actor. Like usually when you have a foreigner playing in Chinese dramas, either they are a really bad actor but who happen to be able to speak Chinese, or they can't speak Chinese, so they have to be dubbed, but they can be good actor. When you have somebody who can act pretty well and who can speak Chinese at least to the point that you can understand them, it's very rare. So I think I checked out that guy's name. His name is Stokes Andrews Charles. It's like such an interesting name that you can't figure out which name is actually his first name type of name. He's really good. I really like that guy. And also this year you've seen in Lin Jianshan's Spirit Sword Mountain, the African guy. Also in Chang'an Shichen, right? They hired this really famous Hollywood actor, but then they had Chen Jianbing dubbing him, which made that whole scene sounds like somewhere happened in Empress in Palace, 甄嬛传. So it got really weird. I couldn't watch a part because I can so totally tell it's Chen Jianbing's voice. 动画步步惊心. I don't know, because it's such an old IP. I don't think people consider it to be valuable in that term, in terms of like keep producing things, and like I think all the value of that IP is kind of like used up now. Yeah, Lin Jianshan, that guy is so cool. And he speaks Dongbei accent perfectly, like perfect. That is historically accurate. If you want to look at like not just not being nitpicking about like costumes and stuff, if you just want to look at political things or historical events, like 大秦帝国, the Qing Empire, I think right now they're at like the 3rd in the series or 4th. That's a really well written script and also story and also acting, but it's very old. Like the first series, second series are really old, so they're not even in 720, I think, DPI. So it's old, but everybody is like super good at acting. In China, if you look at historical dramas, just don't put any hope in costumes, let's just say. It hasn't happened yet. From the first day when Chinese drama started existing to now, a very accurate historical representation of a particular period on camera in terms of costume hasn't happened yet. Oh, there's a huge difference between Dongbei and Chongqing accent. Chinese like accents are very diverse. But it's because actually both accents belong to northern. It's very interesting in terms of like a particular accent divide. So if you're from Dongbei, it's not that difficult for you to understand Chongqing accent and vice versa. But say if you're from Chongqing or from Dongbei and you go to Shanghai and you will try to understand Shanghai dialect, good luck. You are not going to understand a word they say. So it's very weird because Shanghai accent actually belong to the southern type of accents. Yeah. Dongbei accent is very easy to understand actually. If you can speak good Mandarin, you are pretty safe. Dreaming back to Qing. I don't know, I may just do a video to just talk about how silly it is, because it's so silly. Addicted. I haven't actually gone through the whole thing. Addicted. I watched a couple of episodes. I would say you know, great for them to be daring enough to do that. But in terms of how much I love the relationship, the story, the acting, I'm like not quite getting me. But I do think it's very cool, and I think it's very sad that we'll never know what was actually filmed as the ending or stuff like that. I don't know about 梅花三弄 series. Does anybody know that? Remake of 梅花三弄. Do you mean 琼瑶's novels and dramas? I'm not quite sure about K-Flowers, what you mean. Like, am I interested in C-drama scores, not just the vocal performance? What do you mean? Oh, do you mean music score? There are a couple of people who are really good at it, and a couple of studios who can produce very high quality ones. I mean, actually, the 10 Miles Peach Blossoms Productions and their company always do very good music. The Nirvana Fire hires that team that does, so 正午阳光 and then Shanying hires the team that does music really well. Lin Hai is really good, who did Untamed, but his style is not my favorite. These are the ones that come to my mind, like the most famous ones right now. Yeah, I should make a video about my hometown. I think I have some footage, but I have to go and look for it. I shot a long time ago. Yeah, 10 Miles and Love and Destiny. The Love and Destiny has a really good score, and they wrote like what? How many of them? Like 30, 40, 50? It's crazy. I haven't read Royal Nivarna's original novel, so I can't tell if it's like they changed a lot of things to make it intentionally tragic. So I'm not sure about that. But right now I look at it, I'm just like, I don't want to look at it. Especially during New Year's time, like who would want to watch something that depressing? Like I said, if I were the prince, I would have just like, fine, let's just all die. Why continue existing? Scriptwriters in China have no rights, have no position, and very ignored and mistreated and not respected at all. That's how it is in China. Yeah, Royal Nivarna's music is good, I agree. I also like their costume. You know, if you want to say whose costume is well researched recently in the dramas, it's the best one. 大明风华 Ming Dynasty is like, if you've learned about Ming Dynasty's costumes, you're kind of gonna go, but actually for the 鹤唳华亭, it did really well. It kind of mixed and matched Song and Ming together. So parts of it gets inspiration from Song Dynasty, parts of it from Ming, but it's kind of brought in together in a really nice way. And they also used very good material to do those costumes. So it has that texture of not being cheap, and it's like it's properly ironed and starched, which is so important. I don't see that in Daming. Daming's costume makes me cry. Yeah, Guangdong, I cannot understand Cantonese. To me, it's so difficult. Royal Nivarna, maybe it's due to the translation, because it is written in a way that is more literal, literature heavy, ancient text heavy. Like, it's not daily conversation dumbed down to current contemporary level kind of language. So if the translator is not well learned in Chinese, they may not understand what actually is being said there. It has a lot of literature reference. 鹤唳华亭's lines, a lot of it comes from really old text. Like, you probably need to research and to know coming from which ancient text and what it's used for. So totally depends on if the translator is like hardworking and know enough to at least research the things that he or she doesn't know. Sometimes they think they know, but they don't. That's the problem. Yeah, well, the companies that I trust, probably mostly 正午阳光, is likely to not give you really bad results. So the company that has Nivarnian Fire, Story of Minglan, Like a Flowing River, yeah, probably is the, like 正午阳光, it has made itself known in the industry in China as the one that that probably has the most bargaining chip in terms of, say, if I make a drama and then I need to sell it to a platform, or any TV satellite stations or whatever, 正午阳光's production, or 山影, so it's 山东影视, they are like, yeah, they're different, but they're kind of the same. Anyway, so if it's from them, from Hou Hongliang, from Kong Sheng as director, Hou Hongliang as producer, if it's from this group of people, it's like the industry will trust that like it's not gonna be a flip, for sure. Other companies always in question at some level. Like there are so many good companies such as Tangren, which did Dreaming Back, which is like right now being butchered on the internet. Used to be really good. Used to have I mean, Hu Ge, Liu Shishi, Yang Mi all became famous because of that company, but now it's like problematic. Huan Rui also very well known, did so many period dramas, now is also in very deep trouble. So yes, there are a lot of dramas about Yang Jiajiang, because Yang Jiajiang is a real but also very folklore legend sort of lies historical family. Luo Jing looks older than Jing Han. I agree, because he is older. like that. You know, like when you are in your early 20s, even if you have acne like just exploding on your face, the collagen, right, and the skin texture is very different, say, compared to if you're close to 40. You can't hide that. And that thing really didn't convince me. One big thing about the drama is like in the beginning, like when his, you know, I'm like merely 20 years old, I'm like, no, that does not look like a 20-year-old man. Yeah, subbing is a very difficult job, and most of the subbers don't get paid, so you can't expect them to, you know, do the perfect job all the time. And if a company like or a production wants to pay money for proper translation, then it would have done it already before it comes out. Maybe they should do it. Yeah, Huan Rui is like, and Huan Rui has dramas that's been backed up and still not aired. So a lot of money invested and not getting back, so it's really bad. Yeah, translators depends on what kind of translators, right? If you're a professional translator, you get paid to do a job, then you should do it well. But then if you're volunteers, you know, you can ask to. But also it's just because certain dramas are just really hard to translate. And maybe the translator don't really know like how difficult it is before they decided to do it. When you say drama club, what type of do you mean like a blog or something? Or some form, you know, when you say like when you watch a drama and you have group discussion, because I'm not quite sure when you say drama club, what exactly are you envisioning? Jessica Sem. Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the year or new year, there are just too many dramas right now. Because costume, in terms of their accuracy, right, you actually need to do a lot of research. because China's costume is broken down into different dynasties. And for example, when Qing took over, right, everything changed. So if you want to go back to Ming, you have to hop over a period of revolution where everything gets destroyed, and then go back to Qing and then hop to Ming. It didn't get passed down. It's not like, for example, kimono is still worn and practiced, and hanbok is still worn and practiced today. In Korea and also in Japan, it's like been passed down and never actually completely broke off in terms of historical heritage. Whereas Chinese traditional costumes, like even from Qing Dynasty, is like like even Qing Dynasty stuff are like not practiced for decades in China. So that thing is already, that heritage thing is destroyed. A lot of details about clothing, for example, how they would sew things, how they would design, like the things you can't see in the drawing, like it's like underneath, right? Unless you can actually have real historical things coming out of a tomb that you can open up and see, okay, that's how they did it. Anytime before, say, Song or even the stuff are all gone. Textile cannot survive that many hundreds of years, so they're gone. And you can only look at paintings or sculptures from that time, but you can never fully get to exactly how it works, what material they use, all that. So if you want to do research, it's a lot of work. But the thing is, with Ming Dynasty, there has already been super huge amount of research done. If they really want to recreate a very convincing Ming Dynasty kind of costumes of a particular era in Ming Dynasty, it's doable these days. But production may not want to do it because money. You know, they have to pay for researchers, and then certain materials are actually really hard to make if you really want to recreate. I think for the Emperor's dragon robe, it's not embroidered, it's actually woven into the pattern. So it's a particular type of textile you have to make. And now China has somewhere in Nanjing an office that actually is working on recreating historically accurate material for Ming Dynasty emperor's clothing. And it takes them like a crazy amount of time to just make 1 inch of it. So, you know, if you want to actually fully be able to do that, it probably is not money-wise possible to do. Do I prefer Genti or Fanti? I can read both. I would not write Fanti just because it takes too much time. And I don't really remember how to write them like correctly, all of them, some of them. So, but I can read Genti and Fanti, both of them, it's fine. Simplified and traditional Chinese. I'm glad that people liked the stuff I recommended. Yeah, it's a very fun drama. Watch together. Bloody Romance. Bloody Romance's color palette is too painful to look at. Yeah, Asian language peer stuff. I think like Chinese people actually have it easy in a way because it's not integrated into the grammar itself. In many occasions when you try to be respectful, it's more to do with how you say things. But like in Korean and in Japanese, you actually have to change the particular, you know, like grammatical things about language. Well, hanbok and Ming Dynasty is a complicated question. I would say female clothing actually not so related. Male probably more, because China for Ming Dynasty is not high-waisted in any way, and also the female costume, if you look, it's still very different. Male, especially officials clothing, right? Like if you are like Li or Yi Dynasty official Yi officer, you would have your official clothing that's based on Ming Dynasty. Even I think their king is wearing their version of the Ming Dynasty's clothing for the princess. So it's definitely influenced, but not the same. suddenly it's very quiet because my fridge finally stopped. Also my heating. I really hate forced air heating, but like in most of the houses in Canada, it's a forced air. The thing is, it just goes on all the time, and it starts to. And when I need to record stuff, I have to turn off the heating so that it's not like noisy in my mic. And then I forgot to turn it back on. So like 5 hours later, I realized it's getting colder and colder in my house, and why? I just really hate this. I do have a Discord group already, but it's like very loosely managed. If you want to join, it's like just it's been divided into many channels, but they're like more drama specific. So particular drama, one channel, particular drama, one channel. And it just depends on like if I have time, then I'll go on those. But as the as the server grows bigger and bigger and more channels happening, I don't always get to see everything that's been discussed. Discord is like mostly for gamers, you know, like most gamers have that. Ending song MB. I dare not. Do you know like Love and Destiny hates me? They've taken down every video I've ever edited for it on Chinese platforms. So I don't even like upload it to YouTube because I don't want to get a copyright strike. That would be really problematic. iQIYI just did that to me. It hates me. What can I do? So I'm not gonna edit anything for L&D just because you know, like I'm not looking for trouble and just like handing them my face for them to slap. So for real, yeah, for real, I don't know why. Like even a scriptwriter, I actually found her on Weibo and I sent her a message. I told her I did this edit and she's like, it's really good. And then a couple of days later it got like taken down, like on Weibo and also on Bilibili. And I texted her again, I was like, why? And she's like, I don't understand that either. So, told you, scriptwriters have no say in anything, apparently. Maybe one day in the future, you know, like a year later or something, when this drama is like totally dead and cold, nobody care about it anymore, I secretly upload it and then like hide the thumbnail, hide the title, having no tags, and having like, I don't know, like a minute of dark screen before it starts to run away from like, I don't know, whatever bot or stuff that they can use. Maybe I can put it back on, but not now. So I think I did like 2 edits I really like actually for Love and Destiny. Both got taken down. I think I re-uploaded one of them and that re-upload got taken down too. As for Weibo, I uploaded 2, they took down both, and then there's one now that is kind of resurrected for no reason. And that's it. And then also I have one on Facebook. So the Facebook one is only on Facebook. It's not on anywhere else. That's it. I don't understand why they are crazy. iQIYI is really crazy. Both iQIYI and Youku, I mean, are kind of stupid in their ways. And then Tencent is just shameless. My Weibo ID, if you want to follow, it's AvenueX too. But you have to break down the word because AV together, they wouldn't allow you to have that as a name. So it's my name, but it's A capital and then dash venue as a word and then dash X, and then venue would have also V as capital. Yeah, and also I think there's actually an AvenueX on Weibo, like as my name written the same way, but that account has been dead like for over a decade. And I was like, I'd rather get that account from that person, and then I can't contact that person. The account is dead. So one of the LD video I think is still on Weibo, and the other one is on Facebook. Because Facebook, I have if you go to my videos, there should be a link in all the descriptions. There's one Facebook page that should lead you there. Tencent is so shameless. Yeah, they're so shameless. They destroyed Joy of Life. You know, Joy of Life actually had the potential to become the end of the year Untamed. Maybe not as crazy as Untamed in the summer, but as the absolute de facto ruler of Dramaland of December 2019, it could have been. It could have been. I mean, it's already kind of is, but it could have been bigger, and it got destroyed just by their stupid move. What can you say? No, my Weibo picture is the thumbnail of this live stream with me with antlers. Currently, that's it. Like it's the Instagram version, but it's the Instagram profile picture Christmas version. Well, I think they just don't have money. They want to get more money. Every stream platform in China is losing money apart from Mango TV, which is like Hunan TV's kind of like, you know, a branch of Hunan TV. Tencent, Youku, iQIYI are all losing money, like in hundreds of millions in Chinese RMB every year. So they're doing everything to, like, I don't know, end of the year KPI. I don't know what is the exact time travel reincarnation transmission like restriction, because the thing is, there's never actually like a legal regulation of file, like anything you can actually check, like in, you know, bulletin points. 1, you can't film this type of story. 2, you can't film that type of story. It's never a clear thing. If you're working in the industry, you probably know what is like the red tape that you shouldn't try to cross, but it's very vague, let's just say. So like, you know, there are different ways of trying to get around it. I don't know. Right now, the future is kind of like, you know, questionable for Joy of Life just because of what they've done. Not that I don't think they've lost money on this drama. It could have gotten more, or at least the fame or the discussion, the heat of it, like being in people's mind for longer could have happened. But now it just kind of, and people have problems with the drama because of this situation. They're like, they don't have very good impression of the drama. That's the problem, right, in the future. I think if you actually like the story and like the actors, you probably are gonna still watch the second season. And I think the second season probably will happen. I think they've already actually filmed parts of it, if not the whole thing. I've heard different rumors about how many episodes actually they have, just like not finished, editing and post-production, just in their sort of, you know, secret hard drive or computer, because the actors actually said somewhere that they've filmed much more content than what you've already seen. So at least I think 10-20 episodes in ready if they want to. So they need to film a little bit more for a second season. A third season definitely is not anywhere yet. So streaming platforms are all losing money, but if you're a little bit into like how capital works in the world, it's like as long as you can get money, right, and your investors trust that eventually they're gonna get more back, they're gonna keep backing you. It's like any big startup that suddenly got big. I mean, it's not unheard of these days. Like, WeWork story, it kind of like is epically failing right now, but they got so much money because people believed that there are so many stories in in a startup story about like everything. Streaming platforms are relatively new things in China. They haven't been around for a long time, at least in today's sort of three big ones situation. It really hasn't happened since I'd say before 2015. So they each have their big money behind, and they're trying to starve each other out. So it could be a very long run, like a decade long, just to see who wins in the end. And the winner takes it all. They all want to be the winner. So right now they're all in the race that's like bleeding money into it every year. But the big capital behind them each kind of is still trying to win the race. So it's like, who is going to end up being China's drama streaming platform? Amazon? No, nobody in China still buys DVDs. Maybe like in the countryside. If you're in a big city, right, it's just stream and download. That's the only thing you do. You don't have like DVD players anymore. Chinese teaching videos. I would have to actually just open a new channel and do it professionally, but then I don't have time. This month I've done a lot of videos, more than I usually do, just because too many dramas are happening, and I'm also opening up the weekend news thing, so it's super busy. This is already at the max I could possibly do every week. Like right now it's like 3 videos around that much, like a week, and I'm like already impossible to squeezing anything else. If I do any more, it's just like not gonna work. I would need a copy of me, like I don't know, like an AI version of me, and work together at the same time. Comedy drama recommendation. Do you think? I actually think 大明风华 is very comedic. The Ming Dynasty. Like, if you watch it as a historical drama, you might get disappointed, serious stuff. But if you watch it as a family drama, a comedy, it actually is pretty good. Look at the acting is good. It's funny, the bantering and stuff. Just don't take it seriously, then it's actually a really funny drama. Yeah, get a physical copy. Maybe just get a download then, because honestly, like if you have it on hard drive, right? The thing with DVDs and Blu-rays is also technology happens. Maybe one day they're gonna go out of like the player is gonna disappear, so you can have discs but you can't play them anymore. That could happen too. A decade is so long, the best and worst and best. And I don't think I've seen everything to be able to make a very fair video. There are ones I know that are super good I still haven't watched for all kinds of reasons. And it's like, had I watched it, I might have put it on the list. So decade thing is too hard to do. Another Canadian presenter. I don't know who that is. I mean, just be me probably would differentiate enough. The new lawyer drama. I'm still watching it. I think right now at like episode 6. So I will give it another couple of episodes to make my decision. Right now I'm like swinging between, like, it's like I'm not quite sure, because at times I think, oh, this is good. At times I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting problematic, but probably need a couple more episodes to decide. I think they're really copying Suits a lot. No, the LD writer didn't reply about the ending of the drama. I don't think like a writer has 100% control of the stuff. It may just be like they wrote something and they didn't got filmed. It's very common for that to happen. So maybe they're not at liberty of discussing that. I don't know. Chen Yanxi. Yeah, since she got married, right? She's like not acting and stuff. I think actually she suits film better than dramas. I think she's like better suited for big screen. NASA, really? Wow. Yeah, those old stuff, right? You have to now reinvent the old machine to read old stuff. Hard drive space. And then so new coding will come out to like cram stuff down to much smaller file size. What other BLCPs have I done? I actually haven't done that many. I mean, Weilan, obviously. Wang Jian, obviously. The one in Anti-Fraud League is also very good. Apart from that, maybe not them. I mean, I do like Professor X and Eric. Like Eric and Charles. Like Charles, that's definitely a couple that I like. Who else? Top of my head. Not that many. I'm not huge into that. I mean, to me, I'm like, I don't intentionally go out and seek like BLCPs. I just like, I read the story or watch the drama or whatever. If I like that, then I like that. Like, I don't quite care actually whether there are girl and girl and boy and boy and boy and girl. Like, it doesn't matter. Right now, probably be a drama star is better because you get more money. Much more. You see like how many film stars kind of like walked down and the ladder and just got into the drama world because money is in the drama world. Yeah, definitely more money in drama and more prestige, I'd say, in movies. Especially like if your movie gets like awards in Cannes and then, you know, Berlin and all kinds of international film festivals, that still doesn't do anything for the box office. I don't know. I haven't found Anti-Fraud League in English sub. It's really annoying. I wish there is. It's not the best written, say, detective-ish plot line, but I'm aiming for the CP. How is it named? Because it's like so longmen. It's like not a hot drama, so I'm not quite sure how they named it. There's even like discussion, debate about whether it's 年上 and 年下, if you understand what I mean. Older dramas, the problem with older dramas is like in my head they're very vague now, like an impression of it. Like some of the very old dramas I like. I'm like, I like it because I remember I liked it in my memory, but I don't quite remember exactly what it is, if you understand me. So it's very hard to do review. And if I want to rewatch it, it's like trying to find those old stuff is very hard. And once you find it, it's usually in such shitty quality, it's very hard to actually watch it again. Who said dog is delicious? Oh. Cool, BBC's Christmas Carol. Did they do a lot of different versions of it? Is there a particular version that you're talking about? Christmas Carol. Do you know like Fandom drama is not gonna, I don't think it's gonna air. And if it airs, it's not him, not her, and the other guy in it. I've heard rumors about how they're actually trying to still air this drama because the company, the investment company has put so much money in it. I've heard rumors they've actually used like, you know, like AI and kind of like the reverse deepfake to basically change the head of both the male lead and the female lead to a different actor and actress. If that actually happens, it will be the first ever deepfake drama in Chinese history. That would be actually really cool. I would definitely watch it just for that because I want to see how good the technology works. If that ever happens, no. Is it even possible? It depends on like if you change their face with a different actor, computer, and still air it, and then not doing anything. Which one will make you lose more money? Literally, that's if the faking using a different actor and actress to do the whole drama all over again is gonna actually be financially, you know, a more reasonable thing to do, they will do it. I just think it's insane. It's insane. And you know what? There's a rumor just about the Chinese emperors, like in history, right? Who is like the most, I don't know, if you believe in superstitions things, you know, who is the family, the dynasty that you definitely don't want to cross. Qing is pretty high on the list, and there's always this rumor that if you screw up with the histories of the Qing empire, which was short-lived but was the first in China's history, you're gonna get yourself into trouble. It's like a curse. I don't know. So, I mean, in recent years, every drama or every story that attempted to screw up with the actual history of Qing had some really epic fails and pretty scary things happening to them. So there's this rumor that Qing is like, oh, do not mess up with the terracotta soldiers. They may just come alive one day. You never know. I mean, what has been discovered around the Qing Emperor's tomb site is the soil is indeed highly, highly contaminated with mercury to the level that's not naturally occurring in that area. So there's a rumor that there's actually an ocean of mercury in that tomb, but scientifically that's not really possible to produce in that big quantity at that time. But there might still be things about Qin Shi Huang's tomb that are like like mythological. I don't know. It's mysterious for sure. Whether it has some like super cool stuff that actually our contemporary culture or science doesn't understand, I don't know. But the thing is, don't mess up with the Qin dynasty. That's it. You know, like they were pretty hardcore. They buried like 400,000 people alive after a battle. Just think about that. L&D, I don't know whether it's gonna go on TV because it's getting old, right? Like these things getting old very quickly. It's last year's drama very soon. So whether a TV station wants to spend their quota on period dramas on an old drama, the longer you wait, the more unlikely. So 神迹, right? It took me a while to read that. Yeah. Okay, wow. It's already an hour and almost 20 minutes. Let me think what would be the best time to get off. Maybe another 15 or 20 minutes? I don't want this video to get super long. It's like 2 hours long stream. It's like, what the heck is in that? So any particular, I was like, I want to do a lucky draw. So before I go, I will do it. So I'm gonna randomly scroll through all the comments and just see where my mouse land. And whoever you are, as long as Canada Post can reach you, I'll offer a gift from my shop. So it can either be certain things and certain things and certain things, depends on what you want. So yeah, that will happen. If I forgot, just remind me, because I might be just too happy chatting away and forgot that I need to do that. Goodbye, my prince. I haven't seen it. Princess. I know it. I know like most of it. I actually know exactly what happens, almost all the plots. It's weird. It's something you haven't watched but kind of have already watched. Because I was like bombarded with it on social media during the time when it was on, so there were so many 东宫女孩, right? Yeah. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Or wherever you are, like if you don't celebrate Christmas, just happy holidays. It's so politically correct, you know? Like the first thing, the funny thing is like many years ago when I was in UK, I think I've never heard happy holidays, at least back then, for the years I was there. It's always Merry Christmas. Oh, Happy Christmas, actually, Happy Christmas. And now I'm in Canada, I'm like, everybody says Happy Holidays because it's so safe. Like, okay, whatever. It's like, it can be applied to any holiday, right? Literally. Like Labor's Day, you can say Happy Holidays. Okay, if that's how it works here. Increase their chance of getting clicked. You can spam away. So I'm thinking either like the full book set, so the book and the merchandises that comes with it, the General, Jewel, and Strategist buy, or the 2 pairs of pens from Untamed and Guardian, or 2 prints, like the foiled prints that I did, that I have, that I spent so much time trying to have it worked out, of the Untamed and Guardian. So they're kind of like roughly the same value if you buy them from my shop. So depends on like, you know, what the person would like. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Because some people don't celebrate Christmas, that's the thing, right? For whatever, you know, like religious beliefs or whatever. So they have their different holidays to celebrate. I think that's why it's Happy Holidays. At least like when I was in the design company, when we have to do like end of the year gift basket for our customers, it's always Happy Holidays. It's so safe. It's okay if you haven't watched the Untamed. It's like I haven't watched Goodbye My Princess. It's like somehow I just didn't watch it. Happy Diwali. Yeah, too many holidays. If we collect like the international holidays, right, for every nation and every group of human, probably every day of a year is somebody's big holiday. If we celebrate that, we just don't need to work ever. Priest's novel have been rumored to be made into dramas, like so many of it, hers, to the point where I don't know what is true and what is not. Because every kind of work that you've heard of, like, it's gonna be made into drama. I'm like, really? Wow, she's like the luckiest person in the entire web novel world. I don't know if Yangmi and Zhuilong in the drama they're gonna try to kill each other. I know, like, if Baiyu and Zhuilong ever ended up in the second drama together, oh my god, you're gonna see Weibo crash, like to the point where it cannot recover for a day. Okay, I can promise you that is definitely gonna happen. Noveland franchise. Noveland Yangmi's one. Is Yangmi in one Noveland? I have no idea because I'm not a big Noveland fan. It's like a failed experiment in literature history in China. Like the group of people who came together tried to create a fictional world that has like all kinds of stories like as their magazine and stuff, and didn't work out in the end. Modu, yeah. Silent read, is that the translation? The thing is, Modu is so... I don't see how it can possibly be adapted and not actually totally changed. Just because it's contemporary and it's about police and it's about really dark stuff, right? Like the stuff that 不和谐. It's like not helping 社会和谐. It's not harmonious. So it's like we do not want any bad stuff on Chinese drama these days. So I don't see how that could happen. I literally don't understand how people can actually adapt Modu and actually still make it work. Ash of Love. Yes, music is nice. Drama is too long. They should cut like 20 episodes off. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhen have a drama together. If that happens, probably lesser horribly scary and internet crashing than Guardian. Two leads. But they're not gonna come together to acting anything anytime soon. Not until like they're in their 40s and all kind of gotten to the age of uncles and, you know, like no longer the valid little fresh meat, sort of like the golden, the chickens who lay golden eggs. Not until then. For either of these two groups, right? Not gonna happen. Don't dream about it. It's not gonna happen. Nobody is gonna go against the money. That's the thing, right? They would not intentionally destroy their own like money earning possibilities, let's just say. Is there anything that I missed? But we're doing it still, like even though they don't show up together, like because they're like privately they're still good friends. Like there are things that can prove that, and also like they often on social medias just sync up and do stuff that kind of like makes you laugh and you're like, okay, yeah, we see. It's so clear that they are intentionally doing it, so not worried. It's just like fandom is crazy and stupid, but it's gonna go away. Like after a couple of years, it's gonna go away. It's not gonna continue being so crazy as it is. Like imagine Nevarning Fire, when it was on, how many people were like shipping, right, Wang Kai and Hu Ge together like crazy. And it's like what, how many, 4 years ago? Now nobody's talking about that. So it's eventually gonna cool down. No, it wouldn't make more money to put them in together. When you get famous because of a BL adapted drama in China, okay, the next step is never touching BL, or at least not touching something like that for a long time to come. If you're clever enough. That's at least how it works now. I mean, 20 years later might be different, but by then you're too old. So, Yanxi Palace spin-off? Not so interested. I'm like not a huge fan of Yanxi Palace. I think I got a lot of hate, like on my like video about the Yanxi Palace one. But honest opinion, it's so like in Chinese, 没营养, no nutrition. Like there's nothing that you can gain from watching that. I mean, even like for laugh, I mean, there will be much more funnier dramas to look at and have a good laugh, right, than that one. So I don't see I get anything out of that drama. That's the thing. Yeah, there's a lot of Bo Jun Yixiao fans, but the single fans, right, are the most scary things. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Did you guys like know, like there's a person who left crazy comments on my older videos, like a huge essay, and basically saying how horrible a person I am because of the editing competition I entered last year. Most people know about that Youku crazy thing. Like there was a person who left a huge essay under the description of a video 7 months ago, like April or something. I didn't see it because it's like sometimes I just don't see it in like YouTube. It doesn't actually show me. And I only saw it like this month or something, or last month, and I deleted it. And I was like, seriously? It's like 5 months after what happened. They still, like English, right? Wrote that in English. It's like they wrote it in Chinese and translated it into English and put that whole huge thing under my video. I'm like, 你开心就好, okay? Sometimes I feel like I'm an alien. I don't understand Earth at all. Okay, well, it's already okay. I'm gonna be here for another 10 minutes max. Let me just check. I think I got something, and then I'm gonna do the lucky draw. And I'm so wanting to move to a different place now. I've been in Winnipeg for 7 years. Can you imagine? 7 years. The great thing about it is I think I've actually grown brown fat. If anybody studies biology, you know what that is. Because now I'm like so good at withstanding cold. I think in the first year I came here, I wore so much more than now. Now it's like anything, I don't wear more than just jeans, like, you know, like pants, you know, like whatever, wherever you are in the world using different words for it. I don't wear more than that if it's above -15. If it's lower than that, I will wear something that like has a little bit like air, sort of, I don't know how to say that. It's a particular, like the type of pants and trousers that has like a little bit air in it, so it kind of like blocks the cold when it goes under like -15. and I had like a really thick jacket when I first came here. I think it was like 2013, 14. And I think I've only actually worn it for 1 winter. And after I never did it again. Brown fat. I probably really do have brown fat now. Canadian ice. Yeah, it's like, is that like climatized? Climatized, what's the word? Anyway, it's climate and then AC before it. Fahrenheit or Celsius? I think once it goes below 0, it's the same. Is it? Fahrenheit and Celsius, whatever. No, it's not. I can't remember how to pronounce the word, but yeah, F and C. I think once it goes to 0, I think it's actually the same. Acclimatized, thank you. Sometimes my brain thinks faster than I can speak. And I just don't want to use my full sort of energy to speak English words. I intentionally don't pronounce things fully because it's so exhausting. There was a time when I was super, like, I don't know, like, just care about this thing, like about accent. It's like when I was in England, I used to speak like super British accent to the crazy point. When I first came to Canada, they all thought I came from the UK. I'm like, no. Now I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what my accent sounds like. As long as people understand me, it's fine. I didn't read the original novel, 忽而惊吓. I read like the ending, and also there are like 2 endings. So I read both. And I thank the drama didn't take the bad one. Minus 40. Ooh. 30F is OC. To temperature. Really? Okay. So that's C then. Minus 15C. I mean, when it's above minus 15C, I'm like all good. As long as it's not like windy. Wind is bad. Okay, it's really bad. But obviously, when it goes under minus 30, it's kind of like, obviously, I don't want to go out. Why would I want to go out? I can't do that anymore. It's like it's very hard for me. I have to actually intentionally change my accent to British. It's requires a little bit more brain power, and my brain is lazy. It's like I don't want to use any more energy than I need to. Yeah, it's true. It's like once it goes under like about 25, minus 25 or something, like minus 25 and minus 35 doesn't feel very different. I just speak Chinese and English and my accent and like my dialect in Chongqing, but that's not a different language. And then I can understand Shanghai dialect perfectly, although I don't speak. I think if I go back to the UK and live there for a couple of years, I'm gonna switch back to British accent. It totally depends on like where you are. I think because most Chinese people these days are taught the American accent, so they've learned it that way, and when they hear very British accent, it can be problematic. Also, I think British accent tends to pronounce faster, like in terms of like vowels, right? You don't spend that much time on vowels, and then your consonants are stronger, so it's kind of like it's faster in that way. It will be difficult for people who is trying to learn it as a foreign language. I don't understand Cantonese. It's very sad. Maybe only a few words, like the ones that you often hear in songs. And when they speak super slowly and within context, I might guess something. My hometown accent. Oh, I'm gonna say the 肖战's line. 为什么分手总在下雨天? Did anyone catch that? What it is? Because 肖战 said that. I think 天天向上. I know. 快乐大本营, 天天向上. I can't remember. One of those programs on Hunan TV. Why it is always on the rainy day that people break up. Basketball. I can't. I don't know about media related field of going back, you know, I might just, it's so much work, you know, like if I cannot sleep well, I cannot function, that's it. Yeah, if you're like from Guangdong, a lot of people from Guangdong cannot speak very good Mandarin, so it could be a problem. I mean, Cantonese is actually more interesting. It's actually it's a richer dialect and language because it's closer to ancient Chinese, but not really exactly the same. But say if you time travel to Tang Dynasty and you are from Guangdong, it's more likely you can understand something that they say back then. And for me, if I only know Mandarin, if I time travel now back to Tang Dynasty, I'm a dead fish. I would not be able to understand not even a word. I'd be like the real foreigner who came to Tatam to visit. Yeah, Chongqing, growing up in Chongqing means you probably don't see snow. Oh, actually, in 1992, oh my god, I just exposed my age. Anyway, in 1992, it snowed really heavily in Chongqing on one day. And I remember it so clearly because it never happened again. But then, he was only, how many? 1 year old. So I don't think he would remember. Basketball. I mean, I can still do British accent. I just don't want to do it because I don't want to butcher it. I may not be able to do it perfectly as I used to. Yeah, 1992, big snow, like big snowfall. I remember it very clearly. I think it's 1992. Or maybe 1990, maybe later. But anyway, even if it's later, right, he would be too young to remember. I need to hire people to open the platform teaching Mandarin. I just don't have time to make videos. Usually when I do a drama review, it depends on what type of video it is, but usually my raw material is actually twice as long as the final edited version at least. And so it takes a big chunk of a day to actually do one video. That is not counting like research and other stuff. So if I have like 3 videos out a week, that means I literally don't have other time to do anything else. Like more videos would be impossible. I'm not 1992. I said I remembered it snowed in 1992, so I have to be old enough to remember it. Get it? Like, if you're 1 year old, you're not gonna remember it snowed. That's why I say he would not remember. But Chongqing did have a really big snowfall. And we were in class, and it started to snow, and everybody stopped. Even the teacher was like, oh my god. And suddenly, there's this person coming from the headmaster's office, and it's like, stop! We're not gonna have class today. We just hired buses. We're gonna take everyone to the park. Because it never happened. So we just got off that day as primary school students, and we didn't have class for a whole day. We just went to the park and made a snowman because it's that big, it's that important. Okay. Can you imagine Chinese education system headmaster comes out and say, we do not have school today? That's so cool. Destiny, yeah. There's so many words like that in Chinese. 缘分 Enough so. Now I'm like, my life is just like filled with snow. It's just too much snow. I wish there's less. Okay, I think we're probably at the time where we should do that. Let me see if I can scroll how many I have here. Okay, I'm gonna randomly scroll, so I'm not gonna look. Gonna scroll through. I just have like peripheral vision to see it's still going, and then I'm gonna stop somewhere and see where I'm pointing at. Where am I pointing at? Okay, where's the cursor? Okay, so my cursor now stops at your name is insane. How am I supposed to? The longest name I've ever seen from this person who is VIP Elf EXO Hottest KC NCT ZEN. Okay, okay, please let me know. Because I'm gonna try to copy this thing down and paste it somewhere. So, dear name, very long person. Oh yeah. Okay, I see now. So you now you know it's you, right? Where are you? Can you let me know? Please don't say you are in some remote island. Screenshot. Bunch of K-pop fandom. Oh yeah, now I see what you mean. Yes, yeah. So now you know it's you. Let me know where you are, and you can email me your address, like your mail address. Just find my email in on my channel. You can find it, and also let me know what you want. Do you want the pins? Do you want the foil prints? Do you want the book? Okay, Philippines. Cool. Living on an island. Which island? I mean, technically, the UK is an island. It's just a very big island. Yeah, you can let me know what you want here, or you can send me the email and let me know. Wow, it's almost 2 hours. Crazy. Maybe we can try to just stay another 5 minutes and make it insane. And make any future comer on this channel is like looking at live stream, it's like, what happened? Like, that live stream is 2 hours. But it's very easy to do like overlong live stream. It's very easy, because I think I followed other channels before when they did like live stream and they were like on there for 3 hours. I'm like, wow. You are welcome. And I'm probably Jie too. I doubt there are many people older than me here. It's very fun talking to you guys too. Have a really nice holiday. Wherever you are, however you celebrate, whether you have time off or not, or annual leave, or whatever. I hope I can like in 2020 accomplish moving to a bigger city, so that I can do more stuff. So I can be more exhausted and paying higher mortgage. Because right now it's just like, you know, Canada Post, not the best postage service in the world. If I go to a bigger place, it's more likely to be able to. Hi, the people who are saying bye, goodbye, to be able to ship stuff. And I think it's really important to be able to track your stuff. I understand, okay, 100%. It's just Canada Post doesn't offer a very reasonable tracking price for anything outside of US and Canada. I mean, even within US and Canada, it's a bit insane in terms of how much they charge for tracking. Once it goes out these two countries, oh my god, like I would need to sell things that's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth to make sense to ship stuff trackable. Like say, for example, to Thailand and Singapore and wherever. It's like what, $50, $80, $100? I'm like, what? Seriously? How did any internet business survive in Canada? I'm just saying, like, how much they're paying for postage. I have a friend who's in Singapore. Yeah, it's a nice place. Oh yeah, postage goes up every year and it's so expensive. Oh my god. I think like here in Canada, if you live in Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, there's actually alternative services that will have much more reasonable price that's trackable. I really want to do that for my shop. I just need to physically move thousands of miles to get there. Oh my god. So much. Oh, it's insane. Yeah, and internet shipping is international shipping is always problematic. Yeah, a letter is cheap, right? UK also has pretty, I think, more reasonable postage thing than Canada. The way I calculate how much I should charge for postage on my website for my stuff is an insane game. I actually really needed a friend who actually is in computer science, who writes codes and who does like big data. I really need that person to actually write me something to be able to figure out how much I should charge for shipping and how I set weight, because Canada Post's way of calculating how much it charges for a particular thing is insane. Like the size of the things, the thickness of the things, the weight of it, and everything goes into the factor. And because I cannot anticipate how people order my stuff. Like, for example, if they order just paper, if they order pins, if they order something that would change the dimension of the packaging, it will change the cost. And how I compensate that, like, or how I figure out what's the most reasonable thing to set up. Like, I think like I should thank the years of torture of Chinese education system in the Department of Logic and Math. Otherwise, I will not be able to figure out how to work with Canada Post. It's insane, and I know how much it charges and how it works now better than the postman at the office. Like when I go ship things, I'm like, that costs much, that costs that much, and that because of that costs this much, and here you go. So I don't want to do it, so I really want to move to a bigger city to avoid doing that and to avoid having stuff lost, because I've had a couple happening. Because different places have different ways of measuring it. Canada Post is just terrible. Post the links. Okay, I can try to dig it up. On my Facebook, that's one. On my Weibo, there's another, but it's like very deeply buried in the timeline. I need to find it. I will try my best, and then I'll put the link out somewhere on YouTube or other places. Probably YouTube. Okay, so that's almost 2 hours. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me for so long. And you all have a very good holiday, and I'll try to still make, I do want to do first impression of a couple of dramas, also end of the year 2019 drama review. But honestly, I think if you follow my channel, you probably know exactly what are the dramas I'm gonna pick to consider to be like the good dramas of this year. The bad ones I've talked about already, or the ones that I've given up on, not bad, but just like didn't continue. And that one did grow longer, like the list, right? Like, because December is like crazy. I'll try my best to make at least a look back video on 2019, and I'll see you when I see you, and take care. And do remember to email me, my winner, that long name VIP blah 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 person. Please do remember to email me. Take care. Okay, I'm gonna end it with